baseman Connor McCormick. Batting third, the left fielder Drew Nichols. The fourth batter, the cleanup batter in right field, is Lucas Robbins. The fifth batter, the DH, batting for the right fielder, the center fielder, is Jack Liss. Number 6 hitter is Jack Morgan, the starting pitcher. And off we go.
And off we go. It's Andre Morgan behind the plate, calls the strike, and we're underway. 10:59 a.m. Central Daylight Time. First pitch temperature. You ready for this one, folks? 80 degrees. The wind, the kick, and the 0-1. Swinging a slash foul off to the left. And the count's 0-2. Quickly, Mark.
And the rest of the lineup, the number 7 hitter will be the left fielder, John Hoffmeister. The number 8 hitter is the shortstop, Brandon Crockett. And the number 9 hitter, catcher, Brock Cruz.
The 0-2 pitch is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, we are glad you have joined us from Lincoln Way West High School here in New Lenox on a beautiful Saturday. The windup in the 1-2 on the way is a fastball high, and the count's now even at 2-2.
Starting batting order for the Lemont Indians, right-hander Garrett Acton, and his catcher is Mike Papersky.
The windup, the 2-2, swinging a pop-up foul out of play, and we'll do it again.
Let's take a look at the defense for Lemont. And left to center, it'll be Danny Delwarge in left. The center fielder is Ryan Folliard, and the
swinging a little looper headed toward left, and that is caught on a running catch in left for out number 1.
Nice catch.
Indeed.
That one was ticketed for the left field corner, and if it had gotten by the left fielder, it would have been probably at least a double, but Hoffmeister with a great play.
Let's go through the Lemont defense. Left to right in the outfield, Dewars in left, Folliard in center, and Eric Tucker in right as Eric Acton rocked into the wind and delivers a fastball strike on the outside corner. The count's 0-1. Third to first around the horn, Austin Tittle at third. Shortstop Mike Garala. Next one on the ground toward third, and it rolls foul. And the count's now 0-2. Nick, the quick whiz, is at second base, and at first base is Jake Terrazas. Behind the plate, Mike Papersky. He's headed to LSU. And starting pitcher is Garrett Acton. That's your defense. And
Speaking of defense, that was a very smart play by Austin Tittle at third base. He
had
to make a quick decision, either pick it up and throw or let it go foul, and I think he made the right decision letting it go foul at the last second.
And speaking of which, that's where that ball went.
Because Connor McCormick, I think, had that ball beat out to first base.
He did.
McCormick, the third baseman, number 2 hitter in the Manteno lineup.
The windup from Acton and the 0-2 again. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. He struck him out. 2 down in the inning.
And
we're off to a good start.
Some real mustard on that fastball.
Yeah, he reached back for that.
At first base, number 7.
We pointed out how we love these Lemont uniforms.
Yes. Old school to the hilt. Here is Drew Nichols, the starting pitcher from Thursday night. Facing Acton, he winds and delivers. It's inside, hit him. So Nichols hit by a pitch that came a little too far inside, and Manteno has the first base runner.
So that'll bring up Lucas Robbins, the right fielder. And Robbins in the game yesterday. Taking a look.
Acton sets at the belt. He kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and the count's 0-1.
Robbins was 1 for 3 in the ball game with a walk and a single.
1 strike the count. Acton sets at the chest, kicks and deals. Swinging a bouncing ball headed towards short. Shortstop up. He'll go the short way. This inning's over. And that will take care of that. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the first. No score with the Lemont Indians coming to the plate. You're listening to the 2014 Sprint to Silver Cross in Class 3A. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region you live in and the people involved? Not the negative, bringing out the best and not the worst, and all about promoting positivity in your community. LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
Here's Mark with our starting lineups for the bottom of the first.
And taking a look at the starting batting order for the Lemont Indians, it'll be Danny Dowarge leading it off in left field. It'll be followed by Ryan Folliard in center field. Mike Papersky batting third, the catcher. Mike Wish will be the designated hitter, batting fourth. He'll be DHing for the pitcher, Garrett Acton. Jake Terrazas will bat fifth. He'll be at first base. Mike's brother, Nick Wish, will be the second baseman. He'll be batting sixth. The seventh hitter is the right fielder, Eric Tucker. The eighth hitter, the shortstop, Mike Gralla. And your number 9 hitter is third baseman, Austin Tittle.
And through the defense for Manteno, left to right in the outfield, John Hoffmeister is in left. Corey Pressler is in center. Lucas Robinson right. Around the horn, third to first. Connor McCormick is at third. The shortstop, Brandon Crockett. Second baseman is Tucker Pressler. And the first baseman, Drew Nichols. Behind the plate is Brock Cruz, and he'll catch Jack Morgan. And Morgan is going to have to be huge because he also saw some action on Thursday night against Morgan Park. So a battle of pitchers that have already made their appearance in this sectional are starting. Lemont in the cream-colored uniforms. They're the home team, and it's old school style, baby. They have the navy blue stripes across the neck and down the pants. The Lemont script across the front with the number on the right side as we look at it, and the navy blue numbers on the back. They have the high socks, white and gold. White on the top and the bottom strip, gold on the middle strip.
Yeah, I like those. I like the old school uniforms. So
the uniforms are so cool. The old school uniforms are great.
But what was your favorite, more modern uniform? I would say it was the old Rainbow Houston Astros.
Yeah.
For a modern style uniform.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was the best uniform they've ever had.
Drew Dewars gets things started. Righty versus lefty as Morgan rocks, kicks, deals, fastball. Strike on the outside corner. The count's 0-1. Andre Morgan calling the balls and strikes this morning. A longtime veteran and a good friend.
Dewars was 4 for 5 in that game yesterday.
Next one's a strike, and the count's 0-2. And Dewars basically doing what he needed to do. He was a pest, as you mentioned, going 4 for 5 in the lineup, and already we have a parent appearing trying to take pictures. Wind up in the 0-2, fastball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
4 for 5. He had 2 runs scored and an RBI as well. So he was our offensive player of the game yesterday.
That he was. 1-2 the count. The kick and the pitch for Morgan, swinging a foul out of play to the right, and we'll do it again. See, and this parent is already messing with me. She walked by me and gave me an evil look.
She's smart. That's why.
You keep out of this. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the first. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up foul out of play. First baseman Nichols giving chase. It is out of play.
And we got Lamont's broadcast crew here.
Oh, they just took over the joint.
That's right. They basically have.
And then she came up and trying to direct traffic here.
Okay.
and look what the 1-2 again. Breaking ball outside, and the count's now even at 2-2. This is all fun up here for us, folks. We're having an absolute blast. There's a dude up here wearing a football helmet. He doesn't belong up here. This is baseball today.
He's got a screen here.
All right. 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball past Morgan, headed to second. Second baseman up with it. Tossed to Nichols in time. 1 out in the bottom of the first.
So, for the second at-bat in a row, he's been retired because he struck out his last at-bat.
Yeah. Do you believe that?
Last at-bat yesterday, mind you. So 4-3 on the putout. And I'll bring up Ryan Folliard.
Ryan Folliard heads for the right-handed batter's box. And Mr. Folliard on the year hitting .289. No home runs. He's driven in 12. I mentioned Andre Morgan calling the balls and strikes. Not only is he a good high school referee official, he's a good small college official. The pitch, fastball high and outside, ball 1.
And Folliard's shown some patience this year. He does have 12 walks. He's also had a tendency to strike out with 15, but typically that's what you're going to get for guys who've got a little bit of power as well.
And he takes a cut on a slider and missed, and the count's now even. At 1 ball, 1 strike. Full house here in Lemont, here in in New Lenox today. This is what I get. 1-1. Curveball! Steve Rake! And it's 1-2. You talk about a 12-6 curveball? Yeah. Yow! That'll bend your knees backwards. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Morgan rocks from the chest tie line and delivers. A fastball outside, missed it. And the count's now even at 2-2.
Folliard seeing his first action in this sectional tournament.
2-2 the count. Morgan kicks and deals. Breaking ball swung on the ground and hit towards short. Shortstop up with it. The long throw. Save!
Tough play.
Folliard beat it out.
It looks like they cut the grass since yesterday. At least it's maybe.
You know what? They heard our notes.
I think they cut the grass.
Number 2.
And here is Mike Pepersky.
That's an infield hit.
Mike Pepersky, you ready for this number? 398 on the year, 6 long ones. He's driven in 22. And, oh, by the way, he's headed to LSU.
Yeah, he's got some.
He's headed to a baseball factory in LSU.
And he also leads the team in walks with 27. That's walks that he's drawn.
And you wonder why he's going to LSU.
Yeah, 398 hitter. He's got 10 doubles.
Morgan comes home. Fastball strike right down the middle, and the count's 0-1.
That's exactly what you want your number 3 and number 4 hitters to be doing. Power hitters with RBIs.
And he looks good with that old school uniform setup.
He sure does.
He looks like a typical power hitter, but he's anything but with the numbers that we just told you. Morgan sets at the chest, kicks and fires. Fastball strike, and the count's 0-2.
Actually, Dowers leads the team with 34 runs batted in, and Nick Wish, who's going to be batting in a few at-bats, has 31. But a lot of impressive RBI numbers by Lemont.
Morgan sets at the chest with a look to first, and the 0-2. Slashed foul to the right, and we'll do it again. Good crowd on hand here this morning for this breakfast special. And it is a beautiful sunny day, and it's warm.
Yes, we like it.
Yes.
Here in beautiful New Lenox, still a fairly rural
and we still
community.
don't know who the heck, and we still don't know who the heck took down old Lenox to build New Lenox.
That's right. We've been asking that question. We seem to have an answer for us.
0-2 with one down here in the bottom of the flights. From the chest, the 0-2, bouncing ball headed towards short on a high hop. He'll go the short way to second, return to first, not in time. 2 down in the inning with a runner at first in the form of Pepersky. So to get the fourth, 6-4 if you're scoring along at home with this.
Batting fourth for the Indians at DH, number 14, Mike Wiz.
And here is Mike Wiz. Mike the Wiz hitting at 486. 5 home runs. He's driven in 34. Caramba. Morgan digs in on the mound. Mike Wiz digs in at the plate. Morgan comes set at the chest. The high kick with the runner going. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Wide and safe at second base is Pepersky. Great speed for a catcher. And I mean, he had some giddy up on that.
Yeah, he had that base stolen pretty easily.
That he did.
Only a perfect throw might have gotten him, but it was not a perfect throw high and off the bag.
1 strike, the count on Mike Wiz. Morgan comes set and delivers. Breaking ball outside, and the count's now even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 brothers, Mike Wiz playing, and Nick Wiz, his brother. Mike is I believe, the older of the two. We'll find out in a second.
Mike is the oldest.
Yes, Mike is the senior, while Nick is the sophomore.
And they're both good.
And they're both, they both pretty tall.
1-1. Breaking ball outside, and the count's now 2-1.
Nick is 6'2", and Mike is somewhere else here.
And Mike is headed to the University of Houston.
Mike is 6'3".
Tall timber.
That's right.
2-1 with 2 down. Morgan sets at the chest and comes home, swinging a high pop-up foul on a play to the right. Yeah. And the count's now even at 2-2. Deuces wild across the board.
You know, I envy anybody that's got height like that, being that I don't have it.
I'm going to shut up now.
But I'm not. You know, I'm kind of an average-sized Italian. What do you expect? 5'10", hey.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball. He struck him out, inning over.
That was a nice high fastball up in his eyes and got him to bite on it.
Well, Lemont threatens but does not score. We go to the bottom. We go to the top of the second. We're scoreless in this 3A sectional championship game. You're listening to the Sprint to Silver Cross on ASN.
Have you heard the good news about a company that started 4 years ago and worked at a relentless pace based entirely upon one simple premise? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news that you yourself can share stories about this same theme to others in your community? That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can celebrate a company that had a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive, and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can go to a place to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved. Want to see more? Want to read more? Want to hear more? Then go to LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Arena Sports Network and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or any other use of the accounts and descriptions of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Arena Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Mark Farina riding shotgun. Brian Snow here with you as we go to the top of the second. Lemont had a threat, couldn't put anything across.
You know, it's interesting, the fact that the starting pitcher, Nichols, who's also the leading hitter for Manteno, is not playing today. That's a big bat out of the lineup for Manteno that I think could be a factor later on as well. Because
yes, he is.
Well, no, I don't.
He's at first base.
Nichols, that's right. He's at first base. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something here, but he's.
And to think I'm the one that fell asleep on the train.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
he is an line. I overlooked that, but yes, Drew Nichols is playing. But I mean, he's a ton. If you can hold him.
Yeah.
Down. He got on base by getting hit by a pitch in that last inning, but if you can hold him back, he's got some big numbers as well.
List cuts and misses at the next pitch, evens the count at 1-1.
Right.
That's why we were on late, and it's my own fault. I was enjoying a train ride, and I knocked out 1-1. Fastball strike right down the middle.
A long train
ride. Is it?
Nope.
Nope. It's not. It's 2-1.
A long train ride all the way from Union Station to New Lenox.
Oh, it was comfortable. 2-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and the count's now even at 2-2.
Well, you know, Metro, the only way to fly.
Yeah. And we were flying, and I was out 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball away.
But you
one up, one down in the second.
But you are fortunate, of course, that the next stop was
Juliet.
Just a stone's throw away, so. Of course, New Lenox is a next-door neighbor
to
Juliet.
I tell you what, I nearly fell asleep when I had to do a TIU game. I nearly fell asleep and wound up in Kenosha. And I had to get off in Deerfield. Here's the pitch to Morgan. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball outside for strike one.
Now, the most embarrassing thing, a friend of mine fell asleep on the train, and as it turned out, not only did he fall asleep on the train.
Is a strike on the outside corner, and the count's 0-2, and Acton's dealing.
Which he was racing to catch, but he got on the wrong train on top of it.
Been there, done that. Been there. 0-2. Fastball wide, and it's 1-2.
That's a double embarrassment right there, you know.
Hey, all you can do in that case is just pick up your face, because I've done it on more than one occasion. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 up, 2 down in the second.
Third strikeout for Jack Morgan. Or rather, Garrett Acton, I'm sorry.
And the mom behind me, who is the unofficial official photographer, says, "Don't tease the kid because he doesn't have a baseball jersey on." I said, "Why not?"
Well, it's
Lordy.
The Manteno uniforms, the top of the uniforms are cool. The bottom of the uniforms look kind of like sweats more than baseball pants.
But they work.
They almost remind me of remember years ago in hockey?
Yes.
Where they had the hockey.
And Hoffmeister just got plunked.
Second batter that Acton has hit.
And both of them have come with 2 outs in the inning.
That's true.
That looked like it hurts.
Two batters that have been hit, but he's also struck out 3. But they remind me. Remember, for a while, the one season or so, they even played some hockey games
in the pants
with the long pants, and this kind of remind me of that. It kind of remind me of sweats.
Here's Brandon Crockett to stand in.
Hey, but who are we to criticize styles?
Right. Hoffmeister away from first, and the pitch way inside, and Hoffmeister will head to second, and Acton may be in some trouble.
Well,
the last 2 pitches have not looked good after striking out the first 2 this inning.
And now his first baseman's going to step over and give him a word of encouragement.
1 ball and no strikes. 2 down here in the top of the second. Hoffmeister away at second.
Right-handed batter shading to right field defensively. And
the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That'll take care of that. Cat's even 1-1. And I think that's what he was trying to do the last two pitches. He reared back and put a little pepper on that.
Yeah.
A ball, a strike, 2 down.
He didn't quite have the control that he needed in that same situation.
Acton sets, kicks, fires. Swing and a miss. He's got him again. Another fastball on the inside corner.
Well,
and it's 1-2.
He's definitely got his.
He's got his mojo back after those last two pitches.
He's definitely got the speed behind him.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Top of the second. Acton is ready. He kicks and deals. Fastball outside and low, and the count's 2-2.
Try to get him to fish at a pitch out, fastball outside low.
That's natural
Kind of
when you have him down. When you have him down 2 strikes, it's natural. Let's see if he tries to set him up inside. 2-2, 2 down. The pitch. Call! Strike 3 on the outside corner. Burned him with a fastball.
Winds up striking out the side despite the hit batter.
And we go to the bottom of the second. Manteno nothing, Lemont nothing. You're listening to the 2014 Sprint to Silver Cross, the IHSA Class 3A Sectional Championship. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Upgrade your ride and lower your costs with a certified pre-owned vehicle from Sowers Ford. With a lower price and lower payments, you can lower your cost of driving in a vehicle that's new to you. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 172-point inspection, 24-hour roadside assistance, and 3 months of SiriusXM satellite radio. 2.9% financing available to qualified buyers. You'll drive for less at Sowers Ford. Sowers Ford Lincoln, 3930 Franklin, Michigan City, 219-879-5381. Or visit us at SowersFord.com.
Stand by. I hadn't played this one in a while.
Yes. Well, we got dueling music. You got Booker T and the MGs right here, and then on the PA system you've got Ozzy Osbourne. So quite a
it's fun.
Disparity in musical styles, let's say.
We head to the bottom of the second. No score between the Lemont Indians and the Manteno Panthers.
It's technically Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne.
There you go.
Not Ozzy solo. So it'll be the
not to say that Ozzy
5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup for the Lemont Indians here in the bottom of the second.
Not to say Ozzy hadn't done some great things solo anyway.
Yeah, he's just, don't be fooled. Ozzy's a pretty shrewd guy.
Jake Terrazas now stands in. I had a chance to talk to some of the parents, and again we were having the debate: is it Injuns or Indians? And all of the parents that I've spoken to love Injuns better.
But it's not politically correct.
We know fastball high, ball 1 begins it, and the correct name is the Lemont Indians. But the parents I've spoken to love the old one better. The windup in the 1-0, curveball way outside, and it's 2-0.
Terraz is batting .374 on the season.
Oh, the mom's added it. She's planting seeds, okay? Mom's planting seeds in people's heads. That's just not nice. 2-0 the count, nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the second. The windup in the 2-0. Fastball strike on the outside corner, 2-1.
He's got a home run, and he has 31 runs batted in. He's, I believe, second on the team in RBIs.
See? The guy behind me knew it.
That's right.
Fastball outside, 3-1. And the photographer came to him and said, "Did you go there when it was Indians?" And he looked right there and he said, "Indians." 3-1. Nobody on, nobody out. Morgan fires. Fastball striking the counts full 3-2, and Terrazas didn't like the call, so he steps out of the box.
And we'll try to give you some updates as they come along. We won't be able to give you a final from that Brooks sectional title game today with De La Salle and Harlan.
Swing and a miss. Terrazas is gone. One down in the second. Holy cow.
Second strikeout in a row for starting pitcher Jack Morgan.
And he blew that one by him.
At high fastball, if you can control it, it's a great location.
Here's Nick Wiz headed to the plate. He's hitting .301. 4 home runs. He's driven in 29 on the year.
You know,
and this is Mike Wiz's little brother. The pitch. Fastball low, ball 1.
Nick, as we point out, batting .301. And he's got 4 home runs and 29 runs batted in. I mean, that's some pretty impressive stats all the way around.
1-0 pitch.
Did a little
inside.
jump rope there.
And the count's now 2-0.
Generally, especially for power hitters, it's harder to catch up to a high fastball that's in your eyes.
It really is.
As compared to middle range or obviously low fastball that you can golf.
2-0 is swung on and tapped towards second. Second baseman ranges far to his right. Throws to Nichols in time.
Nice play.
2 down in the inning.
Right behind second base. He made that stab and then quickly solid throw to first.
He did. And it was a solid throw.
Second baseman is Tucker Pressler for the...
Tucker Pressler set to stand in.
No, Eric Tucker's set to stand in.
Why did you do that?
I just messed with your mind there.
Don't do that,
One Tucker
man.
over the other Tucker.
All right. The pitch. Fastball strike right down the middle, and the count's 0-1, and both these pitchers have been dealing so far.
Eric Tucker was on base once. He was 1 for 3 officially with a base hit and a walk.
The 0-1. Breaking ball low. They appeal. Oh, they got him strike. Called to have a strike on the pitch. Counts 0-2.
In that ball game against Ileana Christian. So will Eric Tucker hit it to Tucker Pressler?
Don't chase that, please. The 0-2. That's that. And that answers your question.
And both pitchers have 3 strikeouts through 2 innings.
We got a good one, folks. We got a live one. Mark Farina takes the hot seat for the next 3 innings. We go to the top of the third. No score. You're listening to the 2014 Sprint to Silver Cross. The IHSA 3A baseball playoffs continue on the Arena Sports Network.
It began as a promise. Son, we're going on a road trip. That promise has lasted over 30 years. Our dream is to visit every national park in America. It's been thousands of miles, countless bumps along the way, but we'll just keep moving on, pursuing this amazing dream.
Visit DrassichAgency.com or call 219-945-3040 and ask Joel Drassich how you can get all of your insurance under one roof.
At Strack & Van Til, we just made saving on groceries even easier with our new building blocks of value. Just look for the new icons all around the store to find our weekly advertised specials, everyday smart buys, exclusive limited time offers, new lower prices, and even extra rewards. These bright, colorful icons are all about building honest, uncomplicated value, one block at a time, and giving you more ways to save every day. To learn more, visit ValueMeansMore.com today.
To the top of the third, here's Mark.
It'll be the number 9 hitter for the Manteno Panthers leading off the top of the third inning. And that is catcher Brock Cruz. Swung on a miss on a breaking ball outside corner. He's in the hole 0-2.
That's just evil.
Yeah, filthy breaking ball. We've seen a few of those. Cruz did a really nice job defensively in that game against Morgan Park. He kept them in the ballgame. Swung on a miss on another, looked like it was this time a slider.
Wow.
So 1 up, 1 down. Strikeout number 5 for starting pitcher Garrett Acton. And back to the top of the order we go, and second baseman Tucker Pressler. Pressler 0 for 1. He led off the ball game, flying out to the left fielder on a great running catch by
Dewars.
The Indians left fielder Danny Dewars. There's a called strike for strike 1 to Pressler, so
Acton's dealing.
Acton's definitely, both pitchers are dealing. This pitch is fouled back, so now he's in the hole 0-2.
And that one didn't get stuck in the fence.
No. Is it still up there by chance? No, they
got somebody climbed up and got it.
Somebody got brave. That was that.
Because we certainly weren't going to climb up there.
I'll tell you what. Pitch is ground ball. Easy hopper back to the pitcher. Acton will toss underhanded for out number 2. And with 2 out, it'll bring up Connor McCormick, the second baseman, or rather the third baseman. McCormick's 0 for 1 in the ballgame, having struck out swinging in the first inning. The only mistakes that Acton's made is that he's hit 2 batters, but it hasn't come back to haunt him.
And both came with 2 out.
And this pitch is swung on, popped up, and the catcher will catch the lazy pop-up just in the infield side of foul territory for out number 3. Quick inning, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. We are scoreless. It's the Manteno Panthers nothing, the Lemont Indians nothing. You're listening to the 2014 sectional title game here from Lincoln Way West High School in New Lenox, and you're listening to it on the Arena Sports Network.
Chow down with the Italian collection at Subway.
Delicioso.
Try the Mongelissa's Chicken Pizziola Melt, a fresh take on Italian with tender, juicy chicken, zesterific pepperoni, and plenty of our signature recipe marinara sauce.
Perfecto.
Mamma mia!
And taste the amore with the Meatball Pepperoni Melt, a kickin' combination of Italian-style meatballs and pepperoni on your favorite freshly baked bread.
Only at Subway.
And only for a limited time.
Don't miss out.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Hey everyone, Ed Farmer here. As a closing pitcher for the Sox in 1980, I racked up 30 saves, the Sox record at the time. But thanks to a life-saving kidney transplant in 1991 from my brother Tom, someone else helped save me. Just like my organ donor, you too can give someone a second chance at life. In fact, as a registered organ donor, you can help save lives.
We go to the bottom of the third inning, or rather top of the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Mike Gralla leading it off. Gralla, the number 8 hitter and the shortstop. And Gralla comes in to today's game batting .225. No score. We're in the bottom of the third. Gralla will be followed by Austin Tittle and then the top of the order. He pops it up. Foul territory. First baseman ranges back and makes the catch. Nice play.
Drew Nichols.
Route number 1.
Drew Nichols, the one and only.
1 up, 1 down. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, third baseman Austin Tittle.
Oh, he made a couple of great plays on Thursday.
He certainly did. We've seen some good defense from both of these teams in particular.
And he had 2 key hits.
Pitch is a called strike right down the middle for strike 1. Left-hander Jack Morgan delivers a little bit upstairs for ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. You can hear that snap all the way up in the announcer's booth, press box. Pitch is swung on. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It's going to drop in maybe for extra bases. It will indeed go all the way to the wall in left center field. Center fielder picks it up, quickly gets the ball in, and it'll be a stand-up double with 1 out.
First hit of the game
for Tittle. First hit of the ball game for either team, and that's the second base runner. Actually, that's the second hit of the ball game for them. Remember that infield hit,
right?
Shortstop.
2 hits now for the Indians.
So, double to center field with 1 out by Tittle, top of the order, and Danny Dowarge, who we said had a spectacular game, except for 1 base running miscue, which didn't come back to haunt them. He only had 4 hits in the game.
Yeah,
only a couple runs scored.
Yeah, he was only 4 for 5 on Thursday night.
He's 0 for 1 in this ball game, grounding out to the second baseman to lead off the bottom of the first. Left-handed throwing Jack Morgan takes a look at the right-handed hitting Dowarge, glances to second for a moment, and delivers. Pitch swung on, foul back to the screen for strike 1.
Went away with that pitch, and Dowarge was all over it.
.426 hitter coming into today's game with, we pointed out, 12 runs batted in, no home runs. Not a big power hitter, but he gets on base. This is what you want your leadoff hitter to do. That ball's in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Brock Cruz. Runs the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. No score. Bottom of the third with Manteno and Lemont. The winner to play the winner of Harlan and De La Salle, a game that will be first pitch in about a half hour over at Brooks College Prep High School on 111th Street in the Roseland neighborhood.
Jacobs and Prairie Ridge also getting going too. Tim McKinney has that call.
That's right. Our good friend Tim from Triton College and High School Q. 1 ball, 1 strike offering. Breaking ball just missed.
Woo!
And I mean just missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ryan Follier, the center fielder, would be due up next, and he got that infield single in the first inning, but it was rubbed out on a force play. This pitch is outside. Runs the count now to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Dowarge with Austin Tittle leading off second base. He had a 1-out double.
There's a pretty lady I need to say hi to, and her name's Donna.
Yes, of course, little Donna. Little adorable, Dono.
Yes.
3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to the second baseman. Will move the runner to third. Toss on to first is in time for out number 2. And they've done the job on the leadoff hitter.
That they have.
Retiring doublers now 2 in a row. On the play, Austin Tittle moves over to third, so he's now just 90 feet away with 2 out. And as we pointed out, it'll be the center fielder, Ryan Folliard. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game. Got on an infield hit, sharply hit to the shortstop, but slowed up just enough for that long throw to be able to beat it out. So he's officially 1 for 1. Has a chance for an RBI right here with 2 out. Hey, how about them Cubs?
How about it? 4 in a row
for
him.
him. And Anthony Rizzo, I believe, has had.
Yeah, he had the
RBI.
game winner yesterday.
Yeah, I think he's had the game winner in the last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
And not only the game winner with that 2-run walk-off.
Blast.
But he also had a 2-run double in the 8th inning. That gave the Cubs the lead at that point, 3-0. That's a called strike. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Papersky, the catcher, would be due up next.
Speaking of Donna, I would be remiss if I didn't say hi, Liz.
Hello, Liz, from me too. 1 ball, 1 strike offering. Folliard line shot, base hit, RBI to right field.
Bang! And that was a rope.
As he goes to the opposite field, goes with the pitch. A solid single to right field, drives in Tittle with the first run of the ball game, and the Indians lead it 1-0.
I mean, he hit it right where it was pitched, too. It was away, and he went away and golfed it into right field.
So now with a runner at first and a run in and 2 out, it'll bring up Papersky. And all that this guy is doing this season, not a whole lot. He's batting .398. But the other stats are kind of what stand out. 27 walks. He has a total of 22 RBIs, but 6 home runs. So he's hit a bunch of solo home runs. But he's got some power. Toss on over to first. Once again, back quickly is Folliard. Not the real key move to first by Jack Morgan. It was kind of more of a courtesy toss. He fooled nobody on that one. So here's the pitch to Papersky. It's upstairs and outside for ball 1. Mike Wiz, the designated hitter, would be due up next. Papersky grounded into a force play in the first, but he did wind up stealing second base where he was left stranded. And the 1-0 offering swung on and missed.
Wicked.
On a high fastball.
Wicked.
High outside fastball. Another game we'll be keeping tabs on is up in Woodstock at Marion Central Catholic. The sectional final with Gordon Tech and Grays Lake Central.
Go Rams.
1-1 offering, a breaking ball. Upstairs. It did not bite.
No.
Tempting as it might be.
And we were waiting to see it bite, too.
2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Papersky, with Folliard leading off first. 2 out here in the third. Pitch outside, runs the count now to 3-1.
And he'd missed with those 2 curveballs and tried a fastball outside. Now he's trying to get himself back in sync.
It shows the patience that Papersky has shown all season. Like I said, he leads the team in walks with 27 on top of the .398 batting average.
How about that?
Yeah. Boy, I'd love to see that with your number 3 hitter especially.
Indeed.
Usually known for power, but also the strikeout tendency. Toss on to first. Again, just kind of a charity toss by Morgan. Folliard back, just kind of strolled back easily. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Papersky. Morgan takes a look at first from the stretch. Swung on, just got a piece of it. Fouled it off.
And
runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, so Folliard will be off with the pitch.
Papersky knew he had his pitch.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Yeah, you could tell that's kind of frustration on his face with that one. It's like, ooh, I'd love to have that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he will. Morgan once again takes a look at first at Folliard, taking the lead. And the toss on over to first. Again, probably not his best move for a left-hander. Full count offering coming. And once again, toss on over to first. Not much of a lead by Folliard.
Talk about playing cat and mouse.
Yeah. little bit. Once they keep him close enough, he knows he's going to be running on a 3-2 offering with 2 out. And there he goes. Pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play. So we'll do it again. Mike Wiz, the designated hitter in the on-deck circle for the Indians. Who go for their 32nd victory today. Oh! That pitch is swung on. Hit deep.
That's gone.
Left field.
That's
It
gone.
is gone. Just inside the foul pole, but with plenty of room to spare. A 2-run home run by Mike Papersky.
Guess
his
who?
7th of the season.
Wow.
And
that ball was blasted.
It was a no-doubter. It was just a question of if it would remain fair, and it did remain fair by a good 5 to 10 feet. Goodbye, Charlie, on that one.
Goodbye, everybody. That ball was blasted.
3-0. The Lemont Indians now lead it.
And all 3 have come with 2 outs.
Well, how do you like that? Or as the late Mel Allen would say, how about that?
Yes.
Not the best impersonation I've ever done. So here comes Mike Wiz. He struck out swinging in the first, one of 3 strikeouts by Jack Morgan. Let's see how he bounces back after giving up that gopher ball. That was onto the street. Pitch is hit up in the air. Lazy fly ball. Now the center fielder struggled with the sun for a moment. Finally had to range back and made the catch.
The ball took off on him.
But in the inning, 3 runs for the Lemont Indians on a total of 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. We're at the end of 3 complete here in the Lincoln Way West sectional title game. It's the Lemont Indians with a 3-0 lead over the Manteno Panthers. And you're listening to the IHSA Class 3A sectional title game from New Lenox, and it's right here on the Arena Sports Network.
Hey everyone, Ed Farmer here. As a closing pitcher for the Sox in 1980, I racked up 30 saves, the Sox record at the time. But thanks to a life-saving kidney transplant in 1991 from my brother Tom, someone else helped save me. Just like my organ donor, you too can give someone a second chance at life. In fact, as a registered organ donor, you can help save the lives of more than 25 people. Be a team player. Register to be an organ and tissue donor at DonateLifeIllinois.org.
Register today to be an organ and tissue donor at DonateLifeIllinois.org.
We are through 3 here in New Lenox, Illinois. The Lemont Indians with a 3-0 lead after a 3-run bottom of the 3rd inning, thanks in great part to a 2-run blast by catcher Mike Papersky.
Anybody get the name of that ball yet?
That's right. Mark Farina along with Brian Snow from Lincoln Way West High School. Wonderful hosts here, the Warriors.
The last 2 years we've been here, they've been absolutely terrific to us.
Nice facilities.
You know Liz is now mad at you, right?
Why is that?
Because you got to call a home run and I didn't.
That's right. I've had a few home runs this year.
Yeah.
Had a couple.
Oh, we both have.
So,
well, I got one. Well, I called one earlier for Liz this year, and I also got one for baby Donna.
So here in the 4th, Drew Nichols will lead it off. The power hitting first baseman, who I said wasn't playing and is in fact playing.
Shame on you.
You need to look at your scorecard. Drew Nichols, the pitcher, first baseman. He's a senior. And he's a kid who can put a charge into a baseball. First pitch to him is a breaking ball for strike 1. He'll be followed by Lucas Robbins and then Jack Liss here in the top of the 4th for Manteno. This pitch is another called strike, again on a breaking ball, this time on the low side. Runs the count to 0-2. Nichols got on base. He was hit by a pitch. And he swings on this one and fouls it off down the first base side. He got on base, got hit by a pitch, but was rubbed out on a forced play in the 1st inning. One of 2 batters that Garrett Acton has hit, but he also hasn't given up a hit yet. That pitch is down low for ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Acton moves quickly, pitch is swung on, high hopper. Third baseman gets it on the high hop and throws him out.
Wow.
Nice play. Once again by the third baseman, Austin Tittle, and he's been stellar at third.
Another Jim at third base.
And that's one where if he had let it drop, it would have played him, and he would have had no chance.
Would have rolled right past him.
Because Nichols was racing to first base. One up, one down, and they'll bring up the right fielder, Lucas Robbins. Robbins grounded into a force play to the shortstop in the first inning. This pitch is down in the dirt and scooches by the catcher, Mike Papersky, but not far away. And nobody on base,
too
so
far.
no harm, no foul.
Not too far.
One ball pitch coming up. Acton moves quickly again. Ground ball, high hop, picked up by the shortstop. He didn't let it bounce.
Beautiful.
Same situation. If he lets the ball play him and lets that ball take the short hop, he doesn't have the base runner because he barely was able to throw him out anyways.
Exactly.
Two good defensive plays. Some textbook defense right there by the Lemont Indians. So 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth. Then they'll bring up the designated hitter, the number 5 hitter, Jack Liss. A left-handed batter struck out swinging to lead off the second. Takes a called strike on the outside corner for strike one.
Bottom second at Revis, St. Rita 2, Mount Carmel 1.
Mount Carmel, the defending
4A
Class 4 champs. Pitch swung on, got a piece of it. Fouled it off, but he's now in the hole 0-2.
Top of the fourth, the Evanston Wildcats leading New Trier 2-0.
New Trier, who beat my Steinmetz Silver Streaks in the regional semifinals. Although Steinmetz did win the play-in game. 2-strike pitch, ground ball, slow roll. It's going to be a base hit past the diving second baseman into center field. So Liss gets the first hit of the ball game for the Panthers.
That was a tough play.
But it was a solid single. And with 1 on and 2 out, it'll bring up the starting pitcher, Jack Morgan.
Speaking of Revis, bottom 4 at Revis in softball, and Maris trails Sandburg 1-0.
Needless to say, you're rooting for the Red Hawks.
You darn tootin' I am.
Pitch to Morgan is a called strike. So Jack Liss with the first hit of the ball game, leading off first. Not necessarily a speedster, a number 5 hitter. Pitch to the left-handed throwing. Jack Morgan is inside for ball 1. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
One sectional championship in the books in 3A. Metamora over Peoria, Notre Dame, 8-4.
We're talking that 7 Catholic schools are in the sectional finals around the state, with the possibility of as many as 6 going to the super sectionals. Swung on and missed us on a fastball. Evens the count at 2-2.
Catch me if you can.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the pitcher, Jack Morgan, with a runner at first in the form of Jack Liss with 2 out. And the pitch is just a little bit low. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Liss will be off with the pitch with 2 out in the full count. John Hoffmeister, the left fielder, is in the on-deck circle for the Panthers. Acton's 3-2 offering, hit up in the air, foul and out of play. Third base side.
Something we've talked about before, Mark. Is this not a beautiful stadium?
It's a beautiful, beautiful facilities
campus.
all the way
beautiful
around.
Campus, yeah.
And
it's good we might put our bid in.
It's good to have the land too.
Yeah,
not like us landlocked.
We might put our bid in to broadcast these guys.
3 ball, 2 strike offering. There goes Liss.
Oh!
It is called. Strike outside corner.
Did you see the seams on that whistle?
It was. The strikeout number 6 for Acton. No runs. There was a hit. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Score still remains the Lemont Indians 3, the Manteno Panthers nothing, and you're listening to the IHSA Class 3A sectional final here on Arena Sports.
It began as a promise. Son, we're going on a road trip. That promise has lasted over 30 years. Our dream is to visit every national park in America. It's been thousands of miles, countless bumps along the way, but we'll just keep moving on, pursuing this amazing dream.
Visit DrassichAgency.com or call 219-945-3040 and ask Joel Drassich how you can get all of your insurance under one roof.
we go a little psychedelic here to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. As the Lemont Indians try to add to their 3-0 lead, and it'll be the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters in head coach Brian Staraco's lineup. And it'll be Jack Terrazas, the first baseman, to lead it off. Terrazas, Nick Wiz, and then Eric Tucker due up in the bottom of the fourth. 3-run third inning for the Lemont Indians, thanks to an RBI single by Ryan Folliard, and then a 2-run, no doubt about it, blast to left field by Mike Papersky. And Terrazas will step up, having struck out swinging to begin the second inning, so he's 0 for 1 as he faces left-hander Jack Morgan, and he delivers in the dirt for ball 1.
Good job scooping it out.
Mike is batting a hefty .426 on the season. I'll take those stats. 34 runs batted in. He leads the team in runs batted in. He has 5 home runs and also has 9 doubles this season. I'll take those stats anytime.
Same here.
Mike is a senior. The senior brother is brother.
Wait a minute. You're looking at the wrong.
Yeah,
you're looking at the wrong number again.
But we're talking about Wiz. Terrazas, on the other hand, is also doing quite well. 374 hitter.
Okay, so now
1 home run. He's got 31 runs batted in.
And he took a home run cut there.
Second on the team in runs batted in for the Indians.
Dimensions here at the stadium: 320 down the lines and 380 to straightaway center field. And they've gone to the top of the 7th inning. Libertyville leads Mundelein 1-0.
So 1-2 offering coming from Jack Morgan, and Terrazas takes it.
Ooh.
Just low, just down low.
Wow.
Evens the count at 2-2. Of course, from up here, it's always kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it is.
You're not very much higher than home plate umpires. So those pitches that are kind of across the plate, but it's sometimes hard to judge how low or how high. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Pitch swung on, line for a base hit to left. Terrazas with his first hit of the ball game. And
do you get the feeling that the gates have been kicked open now for this Lemont offense?
I would think so, the way they're hitting the balls. They haven't been cheated on their hits as well. So now Nick Rose will step up, and we talked about batting .486. Or rather, Nick is not batting .486. That's Mike. I'm getting all spun around here. What can I say?
Well, Nick's not too bad either.
No, Nick isn't bad either. 301 batter.
I'll take that.
Pitch swung on and missed on a breaking ball.
I'll take a 301 average.
Yeah, I would too.
I'll take a 301.
He's one of 5 players that are hitting over 300, and 2 of which are hitting over 400. One almost 500.
That's ridiculous.
Toss on over to first.
That's ridiculous.
Chases Terrazas back.
Man, alive.
I don't think we've really seen Morgan's best move.
Nope.
They've been mostly charity tosses over to first, just to keep him close.
Just to be honest.
Pitch swung on, fouled off, first base side and out of play. Runs the count to 0-2, so Wiz is in the hole with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 4th.
And we've cruised right along. We're here in the 4th inning.
So we pointed out that starting in a few minutes will be De La Salle and Harlan over at Brooks College Prep on the city's south side. Pitch swung on, foul back again. Count remains 0-2.
Alive.
Eric Tucker, the right fielder, would be due up next. Morgan takes a look at first. 0-2 offering, breaking ball, and he just got a piece of it, but it went foul. That was one of those breaking balls right in his eyes.
12-6.
Yeah.
Starts at 12, nearly dropped at 6, but he hit it at like 5.5 and fouled it.
I mean, it was right in his eyes. And
yeah, it was.
When you throw a pitch like that, it looks like a softball.
And you want to just unload on it.
Absolutely. You want to unload on it like Papersky did.
Uh-huh. Papersky guessed right.
That was one of those, as we learned from Bob Bucher line that should have had a flight attendant on it. Actually, that was from Bull Durham.
Mm-hmm.
And a stewardess on that one. Swung on and missed. Dropped third strike. Runner will go to, but they ruled him because
There was a runner at
there was
first.
a runner at first.
Runner at first.
Terrazas will take second base on the strikeout.
And a good job by Terrazas, a heads-up move.
So one out with a runner now at second. And it'll bring up Eric Tucker, the right fielder. Tucker struck out swinging to end the second, so he's 0 for 1. One of 4 strikeout victims by the Indians, courtesy of Jack Morgan. Pitch swung on, line shot, base hit to right.
It's a run.
Let's see what Terrazas can do. He's going to come around, and he will score without a throw as it's cut off by the first baseman. RBI single by Eric Tucker drives in Jake Terrazas with run number 4, and the Indians lead it 4-0.
The hit parade continues.
So now, with one out and a runner at first, it'll bring up the shortstop, Mike Gralla. Gralla popped out in foul territory to the first baseman. Nice play, kind of behind the back or running catch by the first baseman, Drew Nichols. This pitch is hit up in the air. Right fielder camps under and makes the catch for out number 2. So now with a run in and a runner at first, it'll bring up Austin Tittle. Tittle started that party in the third inning with a solid double to left center field.
He sure did.
And he came around to score on the RBI single later on, 2 batters later by Ryan Folliard. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And the offering is swung on and hit up in the air, foul and out of play, first base side. A lot of room in foul territory here, not only behind the plate, but down the lines. You cannot just take it for granted that the ball is going to go out of play here.
You can't.
Got to take a good look, and that, of course, very much so includes the outfielders in the corners. Pitch is outside, evens the count at 1-1. 4-0. The Lemont Indians lead it. In case you've joined us late, we're in the bottom of the 4th. We've already scored a run here. Breaking ball, a very slow breaking ball for a strike.
Slow.
I could see the name of the baseball on that one. Pitch is swung on, hit up in the air, foul territory, right fielder running, and it will drop, be in foul territory, well out of the reach of the second baseman and right fielder. And the count remains 1-2. I was going to say on that breaking ball, you could see practically the signature of Baden Sports on the baseball. That's the official baseball sponsor for the IHSA, at least for this year. I think they signed a new contract with Wilson for next year, the next how many years. But Baden's the official baseball, whatever, used by the IHSA in the last few years. I think it's Baden to be actually, if you want to be really technical on this pronunciation.
Yeah.
But everybody makes that mistake. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Austin Tittle. Runner first is Mike Gralla, or rather, runner first is Eric Tucker, who drove in the run. Pitch swung on. He reached for a breaking ball and fouls it off again, out of play. Like we were pointing out, a lot of foul territory, and on that one foul ball, right fielder had a long way to run. Right fielder and second baseman, they weren't anywhere near the ball. And it still dropped into basically the field of play. Slow roller, it's going to go foul down the third base side. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tittle. Danny Dowers would be due up next. They've kept him in check, the leadoff hitter, after he had a field day yesterday against Indiana Christian.
Yeah, he did.
Been a fun year for me personally, because I got to, for my first year, announce the public address for Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs baseball.
Is that fun?
And of course, I got to do the city championships, the semis at Wrigley, and the city championship for the public league. Pitch is upstairs, evens the count at 2-2. And then the championship game over at the beautiful new
Granderson Stadium.
Granderson Stadium at UIC. And the regional
At Boomer Stadium.
At North Park.
Oh, okay.
At North Park University that Gordon Tech hosted and won.
Then there was the craziness we had at Schaumburg.
That was a very interesting time.
But it was
3
fun,
balls,
though.
2 strikes to count to Tittle. It was a lot of fun.
It was a
great,
blast.
Great folks to be around.
Yeah.
The junior college folks, some great junior college baseball teams.
Oh, we had some great games.
In the Chicago area.
We had some great games.
Pitch swung on. That's drilled to
Roped.
left center field. That's going to go all the way to the fence.
Come on down.
He's going to wave Tucker around third. He will score easily on a RBI stand-up double by Austin Tittle, his second of the ball game.